This is a video that I want to watch, actually. It's called How Playing Final Fantasy 14 and WoW Changes You. I didn't watch it yet, but I saw Asmongold did a reaction to this video, which in turn got this dude like a lot of support and everything, which is awesome. So I'm excited to go through this and check it out. Links in chat, and if you're watching on YouTube, links gonna be in the description below. Go support them. Go like the video. Watch it. Watch time is important. Hit that subscribe button for them. It'd be perfection. Same with you guys in chat. All right, let's check this video out. If it's too loud or anything, just let me know.
The MMO player is elusive as they are majestic. There are
Did you just I'm sorry, I know we're like 3 seconds into it. He just smacked himself in the head. He did.
There are times where we
That's
thought that they
amazing.
may have gone extinct.
No, we didn't. We're still here.
Not unlike the pygmy blue-tailed skink, they are rarely seen leaving their burrows, only sticking their head out of their dwellings when in need of food.
I take offense to that. I go to work in order to pay for MMOs. Okay, just gonna continue.
The MMO player often
Yeah, that's 100% Asmongold for sure. I think. I don't know, man.
lines their dwellings with waste to scare off potential predators.
It works.
In rare
God, look at that Mountain
occasions,
Dew.
the MMO player can be found in herds, migrating to conventions.
Imagine the smell of that right there. Oh, God. But not gonna lie, I miss it so much, dude. I miss conventions, man. They're so much fun. Except people just need to freaking shower and put on deodorant.
In
Come on,
hopes of
guys.
finding a mate
Ew.
or their next yearly shirt.
Next yearly shirt. I'm sorry. I don't know why that's so funny to
The
me.
MMO player, while reclusive,
Oh my God.
are prone to irrational behavior.
That's
If
not
you find
irrational.
one in the wild, it is best to keep your distance.
If you have a sword, you're gonna have to hit stuff with it. That's like common sense, dude. Me and an old friend of mine, like we were at as I like a party with them, and he had a sword or something. And it was like for cosplay, and we just started throwing water bottles at each other and just hitting them with the sword. It's what you do when you hold a sword. You hit stuff with it. To be fair, though, we also both did play MMOs pretty constantly, so might be a trend here. Ashley, you hit stuff with your sword. So yep, it's a trend. All right, so MMO players, when given a sword, we hit stuff with it. Okay, good to know. Oh my God.
I've played MMOs for most of my
Chainsaw
life,
Man.
on and off for years. My first trip into MMOs was a walk through the Dark Portal. Myself, like many of you, my first MMO was World of Warcraft.
Walk through the dark portal. That was such a moment. I know I talked about it before, but like, dude, when that dark portal opened up, man, game changer. Like WoW was good before that, but so perfect. Because I started playing WoW like right before Burning Crusade came out. It wasn't my first MMO though, by a long shot. First one was EverQuest, and then I played I have it downloaded on Steam, Anarchy Online, which I really enjoyed. I don't know, something about it. But I played those two for a bit, and then I fell in love with WoW, and here we are. What 20? I don't even want to finish that sentence. Oh my God, WoW's almost been out for 20 years. That just hit me in the face like a ton of bricks. Holy shit. Okay.
I played the game for many years, many expansions, but eventually ended up having to walk away from the game due to real life responsibility,
Fair.
friends, school, all of that. After
Sadly.
years away, I end up dipping my toe back into the genre with Lost Ark.
Lost Ark was fine. I did play Lost Ark a bit. I could see that being a good, toe dipping game. First time I was 14? Oh. Oh. You could never find a welcoming community until mine. That makes me so proud of you guys. I'm gonna tear up. Holy shit. Well, Tiki, I'm so glad you're here, my friend. I'm glad that you feel welcome and join in. We don't put up with any of that ridiculousness here. No BS. Dude, I'm so glad you like that. That's awesome. And yeah, actually, I do feel attacked by this video as well. What was I was gonna do my chain of thought until I got all emotional because Tiki's an amazing human being. What the hell was I gonna say, dude? I don't even know. Lost Ark. Talking about Lost Ark. Lost Ark's fun. It's definitely hits a wall where you need to give money or like every second of your life to that game, but it's fun until then. I could probably go back and play a lot more. But yeah, 14 is an amazing MMO. The community's great. Of course, there are trash people in it. There's trash people everywhere. It's going to happen. But overall, it's most. Yeah, some are outgoing at just being stupid and lame and horrible. But It's still a fun game. Yeah, I've been wanting to play more MMOs. MMOs are just fun. I love them.
Eventually landing on my main game, Final Fantasy XIV.
Speaking of Final Fantasy 14, let's go. Man of culture right here.
But after years spent away from playing MMOs, there was always this draw to come back and play them.
That is fair. I know I'm pausing this like every 5 seconds. I just have a lot to say. I've got a lot to talk about today. It's just me talking a lot. It happens often. So I've always felt that like there was a point where my desktop like broke. I didn't have a computer for like 4 years or so, so I didn't get a chance to really play any PC games or MMOs or anything. I was mainly just doing console stuff because I cannot play an MMO on a console. It just feels weird. I need my mouse and keyboard set up. I need like my desk and my little area all situated. But I always wanted to go back and play more. Like as soon as I got my desktop, I dipped my toes into Final Fantasy 14. It's like summer of 2019. I dipped my toes into 14 a little bit. Tried it until very shortly, and then WoW Classic came out, and I played the hell out of that. And I played like some more Star Wars: The Old Republic until COVID and the world shut down, and then started playing Final Fantasy 14 a lot, alternating between WoW Classic and that, and then the past year or so it's been like my jam. Oh yeah, 2 year break from 14, you could not fill the gap. It's a game that kind of just sticks with you. Like there's other games out there. Play other games besides MMOs. You need to have that balance, but it's just something about them. And my favorite thing about MMOs is starting them. Like I love that early game process where like you're making a character, you're learning the game, you're leveling up, you're grinding for it. I just love that stuff, man. All right, let me. I'm gonna let this play for a couple minutes and not actually interrupt. I promise. Okay. You have over 900 games on Steam. Damn. You still at your Sprout icon? Aw. God, dude, next time you hop on there, Tiki, find out what data center you're on and like what server and everything. Because between like our basically the community here, like I'm on Crystal, a bunch of other people are on Crystal for the US side of things. And then in the EU, everybody else is on it's Light? Is it Light for you guys? The Light server? Or Light data center, I believe. I have my alternate little dude over there, my little Lalafell monster. So Light and Lich, that's right. I made mine Light something else because I couldn't get onto Lich, but I wanted to just make my character. So I'm on like a different server than everybody. I'll eventually transfer my character over, but I'm just kind of enjoying making my character on the side whenever I can, and then I just hop over their server when I want to play. But no matter where you're at, Tiki, either side of the ocean, we got people who can hop in and help you out and like get back into the game and all that whenever you want to. But you got just do that at your own time. You'll never feel like you have to, and you'll definitely be stuck with it. Don't worry about coming back with no Sprout icon saying you're doomed. Honestly, a lot of times people will just say like if they're doing a dungeon or something too or a trial, it's at the start of it. They'll be like, "Hey, it's my first time doing this." Everybody, 99% of the time, everybody's chill, so you'll be fine. But all right, it's been a minute and 46 seconds. I don't even know how long I've been talking for. It's been a lot. Well, let's let the gentleman talk a little bit more.
And I resisted with all my might. And now, after playing MMOs again, thinking back on the resistances, thinking back on the time that I spent away from MMOs,
dark times.
I'm sitting here wondering whether or not MMOs were good or bad for me. So that's the point of this video. We're going to explore whether MMOs are good or bad for us. There's always been a lot of negative
That's a very good question, actually.
Playing MMOs. We've seen them in the media. We've seen them online. We've seen them from our friends.
South Park guy. That first thing comes to mind, that whole episode about Love and Warcraft. Amazing episode, but definitely hits it hard. And a lot of people do kind of get obsessed with them. There's a bad side to them. That's anything that you can, play and escape the, world in.
But we also know the benefits that are there as well for MMOs.
Community, friendship.
Let's discuss this and see where we come out at the end. One of the most significant benefits to playing MMOs is the people.
Facts.
Players can interact with each other in real time, forming friendships and relationships that can last for years. I mean, some of my best friends are those that I've made through playing video games. Mark, the other guy on this channel, we've been friends for 17 years.
That's when you know you're friends with somebody for that long, when you post a picture like that for them. Yeah, I get enough money to renew your sub. Fair. Fair, fair, fair.
Starting back on Call of Duty,
Duty.
this sense of belonging can be especially important for those who have difficulty making friends or fitting in. The ability to connect with others who share similar interests to you and hobbies can help individuals feel less alone and more connected to the world around them.
True.
While I started playing World of Warcraft,
I love that the music is like very chill and like relaxing and like kind of emotional. It's great. It's really cool. A CD's sleeping right now. Was she up late doing 14? Oh, sleep. Oh, sleep is addictive. Never mind. Yeah, sleep is and I don't know. Caffeine is addictive for me, honestly. Like I only sleep like 5 hours a night. Dude, the COD old days, man. For me it was Halo. You know, Halo 2, 3, Reach. Those were my jams. I never got too big into COD, but those are good times. I actually played a little Halo Infinite this morning, just a couple games. Just get the FPS itch.
I was every bit of an awkward teenager.
Fair.
Sure,
Same.
I had friends. However, I wasn't the most outgoing person by any means.
Same,
Building
bro.
and maintaining social connections can be difficult for just about anyone. However, MMOs provided a safe space for me to figure out how to do that.
I think I'd equate it to the same as like going to a convention. Because like when you're playing an MMO like this, you know that everybody's got, the same like they're in the same stuff as you, got the same kind of the same basic mentality a little bit. They're into games, they're into, the game you play, they're into something you're passionate about. That's why it's easy for me going to like conventions and stuff and talking to people because, once you go there, you know that everybody there is into stuff you're into. So it's really like, yeah, of course there's gonna be judgment. There's judgment everywhere in the world, but not like nearly as much. Like you're not gonna get, judged or made fun of or anything. At least this was also my mentality back when I was younger, because I got shit on all throughout school. So going to adventure was like, okay, you see all these people that are into stuff you're into, and it's great. You find a sense of community, so it's awesome. The new generation doesn't know toxic hobbies, thankfully don't. You played mobile MMOs? Yeah, the mobile ones are cool, but nothing like not the same experience. It's like same but different. If that makes sense. Yeah, RuneScape. I've watched gameplay of RuneScape. It's always fun. I've never played that one though. Oh, that's right. I forgot you guys are away for the weekend. Oof. I'm not looking forward to that. I won't be. Well, I got my
Those
laptop. I can log into
interpersonal
14 that way.
relationship skills are developed even further when we start developing teamwork and collaboration skills. MMOs require players to work together. Whether it's defeating bosses,
The
taking
rage.
down raids, taking down dungeons, completing quests together, and overcoming any other type of challenge, this really helps people develop important teamwork and collaboration skills, as
It
well as
does.
even networking skills.
So I gotta say, it was funny. I was just talking to somebody at my new job about this the other day. A lot of people that have ran like guilds and stuff go into use that for like management and like business and everything, which is really neat. The same with like running the auction house or like selling stuff there. You learn a lot about business and all that fun stuff there. It's like crazy. And just meeting everybody and whatnot. But that like rage clip there they just showed of Asmongold, that happens to everybody, man. I don't care who you are. That's gonna happen to you at some point if you're gaming or just life, because life just gets to you. I try to be a very chill person, but it happens to the best of us. No matter what, we all have those game of rage moments.
Which can be really valuable in real life situations. I would imagine most gamers are
Rage
probably not
inside.
making this correlation. But if you've ever applied for a static in Final Fantasy XIV or interviewed for a raid position in World of Warcraft, you've already started to develop those interpersonal connection skills as well as those networking skills that are necessary for you to be able to find a job.
What we were just
Once
talking
you know
about.
how to present yourself, how to present proper information of how qualified you are, that's the same thing that you're doing in both situations. There are a ton of other social benefits to playing an MMO.
It all comes down to selling yourself. Like when you're trying to join a guild or static or anything in 14 or WoW or any other MMO, you're basically selling yourself like, hey, I'm really good at this game. You want me in your static. You gotta do that same time if you're doing like an interview in person or on the phone or video chat or anything. Any form of interview, you gotta like sell yourself. And if you learn that through MMOs, it makes stuff easier for the rest of your life. One thing you don't like about 14 is feeling drag people down. Oh yeah, the mobile ones it kind of goes a lot faster. But 14, like honestly, I know it might have been a couple of bad experiences for you, but it happens. Like I wouldn't feel bad. There are, 9 times out of 10, at least in my experience, and I've got almost 2,000 hours in that game at this point. 9 times out of 10, it'll be fine. Like, just tell people you're new. They'll give you a rundown of it. They won't stress about it. They won't feel bad. So I wouldn't even worry about that. But it happens. That's why it's also good to just like have a crew together. Just like run through stuff. Have like friends and everything because they can also carry if they're high level enough.
If you think about it, where else can you meet such a variety of people from different cultures?
Exactly.
Increasing cultural awareness and empathy is something that just kind of naturally happens when playing an MMO. You have to think about just how diverse these communities are. People from different backgrounds in all different places around the world. Interacting with these people can really help you understand them and empathize.
What is going on, man?
As we all have the same interests and we all love the same things.
Mm-hmm. Even if you get paired up with like the toxic shitty people, it happens. Phantom, it's funny, when I got back into playing WoW Classic, I found a guild with WoW Classic, and was like hanging out with them a bit. This was before Wrath of the Lich King came out, so I was doing like some endgame Burning Crusade raids and everything. Met some horrible people, man. Like, I forgot how horribly racist and angry people can be just on mics when they're, behind a computer. Those are ones you stay away from. But that's going to be in every scenario. You're always going to meet people like that.
MMOs are also great at fostering creativity and self-expression.
Mm-hmm.
Many MMOs provide us with
Glams,
a large
baby.
range of customization options. Sadly enough, most of them through a store. However, still,
fair.
We can make ourselves appear
Can't really say
how
anything on
exactly
that.
we want to. We can pick the kind of class that we want to play. We can pick the way that our gear looks.
Yeah.
This allows players to be able to express themselves, their individuality, in a virtual setting.
Mm-hmm.
Where some people may not be a leader or a top performer in sports or the workplace, they might find themselves uninhibited in this virtual world, realizing a potential that they may have never saw in themselves to begin with.
True.
Sometimes
It's actually a really good,
success in
really
a
good
game
point.
can very well lead to confidence in real-life endeavors.
That's why you can't crap on people when they're excited about doing good in a game. Like, let them be happy and proud of themselves. They need it. I need that. Everybody needs it.
Providing a sense of belonging and identity for many players, their MMO character can be a source of that identity and belonging,
Mm-hmm.
especially if they're in a tight-knit community.
Facts.
This can be particularly important for players that may feel isolated or marginalized in real life. Overall, playing MMOs can give you a range of social benefits, from building and maintaining social connections to fostering creativity and self-expression.
Yeah.
Developing skills that you can easily use in the real world, whether professionally or interpersonally.
Also helps with like storytelling, like for the people who like to, role play in game. I'm not talking about that kind of role playing. I know what you're thinking. I'm not talking about that kind. Just mean role playing in general. They like craft the story. Same thing with like Dungeons and Dragons. You make your character, you kind of give them a backstory and all that fun stuff, and just boom, creativity. Express yourself. It's awesome. Get to express yourself as either a healer, DPS, or a tank. Well, if you do that, you still got variety in there. I just like blowing stuff up and like give me mage powers. I'm good. But I do wish that MMOs will eventually get out of that, triangle of basic, tank, DPS, healer that they've had for years at this point. Like, it kind of want a little more fresh stuff into that mix.
It would be a major miss if we didn't discuss the major psychological benefits that we get from playing MMOs.
Yeah.
And no, I'm not talking about those sweet loot drops. No.
When that good loot just drops, baby, and you just see it. So good. Nothing beats that feeling.
No. I'm talking about escapism.
Oh, yeah. The best kind of thing.
Newsflash,
Yeah,
you're not
escapism's
the
great.
only one that plays MMOs for escapism. Many people use them to unwind after a long day or distract ourselves from stress and anxiety.
Facts. 100%
In some
facts.
cases, it can be even therapeutic.
Facts. 100% facts. Like, if none of you have seen my, granted, it's got a lot of spoilers for 14, but if none of you guys have watched my, the video I made a while back, basically on how Final Fantasy, literally titled it, how Final Fantasy 14 saved my life, that shit can help you, man. Like, it can really help you out, so that is definitely true. And we don't talk about quicksands on Balmung. We don't go there. That's a forbidden
ability
place.
To escape the pressures and challenges of real life can be
Yeah.
incredibly beneficial for individuals who are dealing with mental health issues, or some other form of stress.
Like for me with MMOs, like of course there are going to be stressful times and everything, but you know I deal with so much bipolar, depression, anxiety, all that shit. It's hard, and PTSD and all that. It's horrible. But like when you play games or play an MMO or something like that, you can just kind of like turn your mind off and just kind of do your thing. That video, I mean, CD cry. I'm sorry, but I knew it was gonna happen with people, but yeah, it's important stuff to talk about. It really is. Because if you talk about, more, if you're more open about, mental health and, bad stuff that's going on with you, it makes it easier for people who are dealing with the same stuff to know that, like, they're not alone in dealing with it. And they know that, like, there are people out there who are, like, open with talking about it and everything. So that's my mentality on it. If it's forbidden, why is it easy? We don't talk about quicksands on Balmung, man. I've never been there. I never
Back
want
in
to.
2020, I wanted to avoid all
Forbidden
political and
sticky floor
social
place.
anarchy. Stepping away from social media, the news, and just about anything related to the world at the time.
It's rough, man.
It was exactly what I needed to keep myself sane. Whether it's for reasons like mine or for personal reasons, taking a break from real life goes a long way to relieving stress.
You need it.
Now, while I believe it's more of the social and the psychological benefits that are the positive sides of MMOs, we can't also ignore the potential benefits of just learning how to do basic problem solving.
True.
MMOs, in a sense, can be educational. And this kind of goes back to what I was talking about earlier. Teaching players new skills and providing them opportunities to use problem solving and critical thinking.
Facts. Like I was a dumb kid playing EverQuest and everything kind of helped me out. And then, when stuff went bad, I was like, oh, I'm going to die. And I brought a train of enemies back towards other people. And, that's always fun to do. But just in MMOs in general, you learn, my brain goes to like the marketplaces, the auction houses. You kind of learn, you learn about supply and demand. You learn about competitive pricing. You learn about like all that stuff. And it's interesting. Like I always think back to that because that's something that always stuck with me for sure. 100% on board with the discussion on the mental health. Aw, heck yeah. Yeah, gaming helps a lot of people just their daily life. Not even MMOs, just gaming in general. And yeah, people who aren't into games just might not get that.
Many MMOs require players to work together to complete difficult objectives, which can be helpful for individuals developing teamwork and communication skills. Additionally, these games often require strategic thinking and planning, which can help improve cognitive function and problem-solving abilities.
I love how much he's going into that, but like the actual mental benefits of it. This dude's so far, man. I'm loving this video. This dude is wonderful so far. I'm really liking it.
MMOs can provide a better understanding of statistics through parsing, a strong ability to recognize patterns through fights with bosses and raids, and shape up those typing skills while you're venting your frustrations on, about the game on Reddit or Twitter.
Facts. Your favorite part of MMOs is vanity. The cooler you look, less approachable you are by. Fair. That is fair. But like it's neat. Like say you're at least with 14, you got your glam. You can look like anything. But if you're, and this is even back, back before glam was even a thing in games. Like if you walk around with a certain armor piece or like a certain weapon, then people are gonna like notice you and be like, oh dude, like this guy, cleared this raid and got this weapon. Holy shit, they must be so good at this game. Like that kind of stuff, and it's really cool. I was like, I don't know, man. It's the whole there's so much to it. It's great.
Now, the reason why I don't think this last point is very impactful is because the majority of players are either using add-ons, they're using online strategies, and they're just really not thinking for themselves. Most players just look for the meta build, get the meta build, go to the fight, and execute the fight that they've seen on a video.
Unfortunately true. Like, back in the day, back in my day playing games, we didn't have any Reddits or GameFAQs. Actually, did we have, was GameFAQs a thing? I think GameFAQs was. But, like, it wasn't nearly as detailed and anything. Like, we didn't have those breakdowns and whatnot on how to do stuff. Or, meta builds and all that. That's why I try to stay away from it. Also try to stay away from mods if I can. Or, like, not heavily mod things. Like, with WoW, mods help because it just makes it easier with certain things. Especially WoW Classic. But, like, 14. Mods don't exist in 14. Mods do not exist in Final Fantasy 14. Right, Yoshi P? I know he's watching. He's watching all of us at any given time.
Outside of that, they're not really doing very much planning or really using any strategy. You can fight with me on that if you want, but I'm being honest, as someone that has done the same thing for I don't even know how long, there's smarter people than me.
Man's
Those are the
speaking
people
facts.
that are benefiting.
Man's definitely speaking facts. And if you just look up stuff and just execute it as you've seen it online and not try and think for yourself first, that you're not not massaging the brain muscles and getting that stronger or anything. 9-year-old, you're watching Nintendo Capri Sun Let's Plays to 100% Banjo-Kazooie. Hell yeah, dude. And like, I use strategy guides and stuff, especially for like, Final Fantasy X. I remember having a strategy guide, but I always try to, and even still, like, I try to figure it out first, and then if it gets to a point where I'm just like too frustrated or I'm like, whatever, dude, then I'll try to look up a guide and all that.
We're smooth-brained. So
Smooth
while
brain.
there are many benefits to MMOs, there are some pretty significant drawbacks.
Sorry, I was also noticed in the top right, my man over here has got some good taste. If that is what it is, what I think it is, up here in the top right there, the little picture, I think that's a Kaguya art thing from Kaguya Sama Loves War. Because you know me, I love those damn romantic animes, and it's funny. Respect. If that is the right one, I might be a horrible weeb right now and noticing something different, but that's what I see.
And it's about time that we got into those now.
All right, let's
we
go.
have to talk
Let's get into
about
it.
the most obvious drawback. One of the most significant issues with playing MMOs is the
Seeing the, goth reapers. It's great. I'm sorry, I got distracted from whatever he was saying. I'm like, yay, goth reaper. It's great. All right, it is
potential
Kaguya?
for
All right, cool. I'm
addiction.
not going crazy then.
MMOs are designed to be immersive and engaging, and some players find it difficult
Dude,
to
get out
stop
of that.
playing
Okay.
once they've started.
Made me
This
panic.
can
I'm
lead
like,
to
dude, get out
a
of the
host
AoE.
of issues, including neglect of responsibilities, poor sleeping habits, and lack of physical exercise. In extreme cases,
True.
this can lead to issues with your family, social issues, loss of work, developing mental health issues, or even just general health issues.
Like with everything, you can absolutely get addicted to it, and it can mess you up. That's why you gotta have balance. Naz, welcome in. I love that you guys shout each other out. It's amazing. Oh, dude, you're playing. Oh, that's right, Ashley. You're playing Yakuza. Nice. I gotta play those games one day. But yeah, too much of a good thing can be a bad thing. Like for me specifically, I wish I could sit here and just play MMOs all day, every day. If I ever get enough people watch my stuff, maybe that will happen one day. But still gotta have balance. And like the past year, my health has really slipped a lot. I'm slowly getting back there, but like, I still want to get out and like walk and all that, and go back to the gym and diet. You gotta take care of yourself. When you're working, yeah, dude. If you're working retail, specifically like a big box store like Walmart, you're absolutely walking around a lot. So you get a lot of physical exercise, lifting stuff and all that. Never ends with that for sure. But you gotta take
Back
care
in
of
the
yourself.
day when I used to play World of Warcraft, I can't tell you how many times I skipped out on homework, going to high school and college events, hanging out with friends.
To be fair, I didn't really have much of a social life. But I never like skipped homework when I was in college. I just always made sure that I had time to game while doing said homework. I'll always remember this. Like, I was putting off a report one time for I think it was a creative writing. No, not a creative writing class. This was it was a form of writing class. 'Cause I like to do a lot of writing classes in school because I love to write. I don't do it as much as I want to, but I need to get the brain back into it. But I literally stayed up and I, all night, pulled an all-nighter, and I finished the report at like 7 a.m. and my class was at like 8 a.m. Don't do that. It's not the healthiest thing to do.
Applying for jobs, and even spending time with my family.
Mm.
World of Warcraft provided me an escape from all sorts of responsibilities.
Mm-hmm. You need that sometimes.
Now, I don't blame World of Warcraft for the mistakes that I made. I don't blame World of Warcraft for the first time that I dropped out of college. I blame myself. I have to take personal responsibility for that. However, MMOs are designed to be engaging and keep you hooked.
This is true. Again, like any good thing, it's addicting. Gotta be careful with it. Are you doing a semi-lurk? All right, cool. That reminds me, I gotta do that event in 14. I'll try and do that in the morning probably. You would be doing calc homework and get mad 'cause you couldn't solve a problem, then tab out and play. Yeah, dude. Like you need to look away from stuff like that from time to time. Just like turn the brain off. Just be like, it helps. It really does. This way you stop getting frustrated with schoolwork or work or anything like that. But you know what he's talking about right now, it happens, man. And what he's saying, it really is fantastic. Not gonna lie, he's saying that he takes responsibility for it. He doesn't blame WoW for anything that he's done in the past. That's the best way to look at it, because you're never going to get better. Like, you're never going to better yourself if you're not able to like look back on things in your life and be like, okay, what did I as a person do to impact this? Granted, it's not everything. Like, there are things in your life that you can't control. It sucks. It does. But it's always good to even look back and comb through everything like that and just see like, okay, I could have done this differently. This was my decision here. I got to live with it. Stuff like that. Just look inwards for a lot of things. It'll really, really help you out through life.
If you're not strong enough to differentiate which responsibilities you have that are more important, your real life ones or your video game ones, that's on you.
True.
Another major drawback to MMOs
That
is
facts.
that they can be a breeding ground for toxic behavior.
Yeah.
In a game that has thousands, if not millions of players, there are bound to be some who engage in bullying, harassment, and other forms of negative behavior.
Looking at you, WoW. Even though WoW's great, like, there are good people in WoW, but it's like, there's still a lot of crap. And that's for any MMO, but even 14, like, it happens, but it's just like,
this can have a
significant
impact on other players' mental health, causing them to feel isolated, anxious, and depressed. Additionally, the anonymity of online gaming can make it really difficult to hold individuals accountable for their behavior.
Unfortunately true.
Especially when you're playing a game that may or may not actually act upon its ban system and reporting systems. I wasn't exposed to toxic behavior in MMOs until I played Final Fantasy XIV.
Really?
Now, this is not something that is exclusive to Final Fantasy XIV. This is something that exists in all MMOs. However, this is just the first time that I was exposed to it. When I first started raiding in Final Fantasy XIV as a freshly clipped sprout, I ran into some interesting characters. I ran into a static leader that was incredibly passive-aggressive.
So, Tiki, this is actually what you were just talking about before. And it's, again, everybody's got different experiences with it, but it happens. It's not all the time, though, but this is actually a really good thing. Passive-aggressive people are the worst. I catch myself whenever I act like that, and I hate it. Like, it's, just skeeves me out.
They wouldn't tell you that you were underperforming. I wasn't using parsing at the time, by the way. And they wouldn't guide you when you were doing something wrong. Instead, they would just take to the rest of the static behind your back and say things to them.
Yep. Unfortunately, a friend of mine was in a similar situation like this. This is a while ago at this point, actually. Like half a year ago, maybe 5 or 6 months ago. I don't know. It was fairly recent, but it's still the same thing. There's always going to be that drama. There's always going to be people that thrive upon that drama and everything, unfortunately. But just try to, find your people.
Would
You'll eventually be solid.
To you. I also had static members and another static that went to Twitter and created an entire burn book, basically, about me on their thread.
Fuck those people.
Constantly posting almost every single day about how much they don't like me, how much they don't want to play with me anymore, and even talking about me personally.
Again, fuck those people. This dude seems chill as hell so far. Great dude. People who do that are just horrible people in general. Like, if you actually take the time out of your day to go actively talk about how horrible somebody is on Twitter or just to other people, you're a piece of shit human being. Don't do that. It's not difficult. It's also awesome that he's like opening up about this stuff while discussing, MMOs and all that. Over the years since 14, you've been in bad statics. Yeah, exactly. You gotta just cut ties as soon as you notice that stuff. Out. That's why, like, I've got like zero tolerance with that behavior with Twitch chat or Discord community or it's community in general. If I see that, I'm like, dude, gone. Like, that's why I'm actively like against any form of bullying or harassment, any kind. Emphasize that. I'm looking at you, Harry Potter. Looking at that whole situation. Any kind of bullying or harassment is not cool. Not cool thing to do.
You know what? I got one even better. Let's have some story time.
Ooh, story time.
Back in the Shadowbringers expansion of Final Fantasy XIV, I joined a static whose leader was a streamer.
Ew. Streamer's disgusting. Disgusting creatures.
I'm air quoting because they had about 5 to 10 people watching their stream at a time.
Yeah, our viewer count is 8 right now, so...
On my first day of tryout, my first time attempting the raid tier, while progging the fight, for the first time ever, I was pulled into a private channel on Discord with the static leader.
Oh, interesting.
He told me what I can and cannot say, how I need to not embarrass him, how I need to do my absolute best.
Alright, that's being an asshole then. Like, I get it. Like, if I'm ever in a voice chat with people on stream or anything, it's mainly just don't be fucking racist or, like, sexist or anything like that. That's pretty much it. Just don't be an asshole person. You can't be like, oh, don't embarrass me, blah, 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 blah. Like, bro, you're not that important. Shut up. Well, what? Just have fun, man. Have fun. Don't be a butthole. Yeah, I know. Hate streamers. Streamers are the worst, man. Like, streamers with low viewers, disgusting. Get out of here. If you're not a 1,000+ viewer Andy, then you're garbage. GTFO, bro.
He then gave me a speech about how great of a judge of people he is.
Sorry, that's funny. Horrible people. What's a streamer? A sad human being. That's pretty much it. Tiki.
How he sees great strength in me, and how I need to step up to the plate. By the way, him and I have never talked before.
What?
Or met. This is our first conversation ever.
That's weird,
the
man.
Experience was middling.
That's really
we
weird.
had a few wipes, and then we eventually cleared. My second night raiding with the static, there was an announcement in the Discord. Apparently, the static leader had tried to set the moves on one of the married women in the static.
Oh, bro. Bro was friends with Palpatine. Dude, it does. It legit sounds like Palpatine. Holy crap. And yeah, that should be the rule for any voice chat you join. Just don't be a dick, dude. Just don't be an asshole. Just don't be an asshole. At all. Like, just don't be a douchebag. It's not that difficult to do.
It failed. He claimed everyone was out to get him. He stole everything from the free company's bank, deleted the Discord, and disbanded the static.
Oh.
Classy guy.
Yeah.
These toxic interactions can really
Sounds like a
build
piece
up
of
over
shit.
time. Whether it's stuff that is either aimed at you, or it's aimed at somebody else that you're close to, or it's just aimed around you, or it's something you see online, you start to correlate that with real-life engagement.
True.
Whether you have the mental fortitude, or maybe you even have mental health issues, sometimes these things can be a serious detriment. For me, it's not really ever bothered me. I mean, obviously, I'm on YouTube, so I'm used to people saying some pretty heinous stuff about me. To usually, by the way, my reaction is, keep commenting, you fools!
Yo, he's true, though. It's right. Honestly, even if it's bad, hateful commenting helps boost engagement and boost your video. Same with dislikes. I don't make the rules, man. That's just how it goes.
The views, they keep rolling in because of you. Give me your hate. I feed on it.
Speaking of Palpatine.
Thanks for the money.
Amazing.
Impact of MMOs on
I gotta get one of those
mental health
voice
is a very
changer things.
complex issue that depends on a great variety of factors, including the individual player, the game being played, and that player's overall lifestyle. While there are many potential benefits to playing MMOs, there also are a lot of risks and significant impacts to people's lives.
True.
Whether or not playing MMOs is really good or bad for you is completely dependent on you, your habits, your personality, your lifestyle. At one time, MMOs were the last thing that I needed in my life. Today, I'm more balanced, matured, I find balance easier, and I value my time much more than I ever did when I was younger. MMOs are designed to be a long-term, long-time investment.
That's definitely true. You gotta value your time. You gotta know like what you should and shouldn't do. Well, when it comes to YouTube videos and stuff, Phantom, they actually are. All interactions for YouTube stuff, it's good or bad, it helps the video. Honestly. Like it helps it be seen more, which it works out. Oh man, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, adding don't hit on my wife to the server rules. At least that's something I don't have to worry about in my server. I don't have a wife. unless you count Y'shtola, then true. That's sad, man. What else was I was gonna say something, but I lost my train of thought. I'm sure I'll figure it out at some point. I don't know. What the hell was I gonna say? I got distracted. My brain just went off in a different tangent. That's fine.
You can make friends, develop skills, even make a living from it.
Yeah.
MMOs
Facts.
have some of the greatest experiences in gaming. It's up to you whether or not you can handle it. So, I'm genuinely curious to hear about what you guys thought about the video, and I'm also really curious to hear about what games and what MMOs you guys are playing.
Oh, I'm gonna leave a lengthy comment.
We've had a pretty significant influx of new people into the channel, so I would like to get to know some of you guys. So,
This guy's so fucking wholesome, man. I love this dude. Go subscribe to him immediately.
drop a comment down below. If you say anything hateful, it's okay. But still, I'm curious.
I just keep looking at the
Love
cat.
you guys. See you next time.
What a cool dude, man. Speaking of Y'shtola,
The most
we don't want to watch Josh Strafe Hazes right now, even though his videos are fantastic too. Let's go back. Hold on.
The MMO.
That starting shot, man, was great. Dude, that was amazing and wonderful. Like, I thought that was gonna be good, but this is so much better than I even expected. Again, gonna share it in chat. Go like it. Go subscribe. Go comment. Go watch it. Watch time, also very important. Definitely go do go do that. Did get rid of my like? Oh, there we go. But yeah, go like it. Share it around to your friends. This was great. I'm gonna put a lengthy comment in there. I'm not gonna write it right now because it'll take me too long, and I do want to actually play Resident Evil 4. And this went a lot longer than I expected because I had a lot to talk about. It was a very solid, thought-inducing game, and video. And Legendary Drops, this dude's fantastic. Like, I can't wait to watch more of his stuff. I'm really curious to look at more of his videos, and it'd be nice to leave a comment. This dude just seems like a good mentality. I like it. Definitely like it.
MMO.
Just every time, man. Every time it just makes me laugh at the start. Again, go like, comment, subscribe, all of that. Give support. Very fantastic thing. I'm actually really glad that Asmongold did a reaction to this because I wouldn't have found out about the video otherwise. And again, that's why I like reaction videos. They're great for spreading videos around. It's fantastic. But go support. And also, if you're watching this on YouTube, for me, you should also hit the subscribe button and the like button. And leave a comment, too. Let's talk about MMOs, because I like talking about MMOs.